Let's take a look at the pre-free agency trades and their impact. First, the big news was the New York Liberty, as they might be at the start of building a super team. The Liberty trading for Jonquel Jones shocked many, as it was assumed the plan was for them to sign Breanna Stewart via free agency. Well, here's the thing. That still might be the plan, as the Liberty have actually cut salary in the trade, which gives them the flexibility to sign Stewart in free agency still. So the Liberty not only get player upgrades in Jones and Kayla Thornton, who they got from Dallas, but they also have cap space, which would leave them in position to sign Stewart, who seems to be enjoying the games as she sent out cryptic tweets with a whole bunch of emojis, which some have interpreted that she is planning to go to New York in the concrete jungle. Nobody knows for sure, though. What is clear is that the Liberty just got a hell of a lot better on paper, as Jones is an upgrade over Natasha Howard. In addition, they got Kayla Thornton from Dallas, who is also a strong interior player willing to do the dirty work. The only significant loss for the Liberty in the trade was that they had to give up Rebecca Allen, which must have hurt Liberty coach Sandy Brondello, as she's one of her favorites, as Allen also plays on the Australian Opals. Brondello's fondness for Rebecca Allen was demonstrated in the World Championships when she chose to play an injured Allen over Lauren Jackson in the finals against China to get into the gold medal game. Just with the current moves, it would seem that the Liberty are now a top 4 WNBA team. Now, if they are able to get Stewart as well, the question is, are they the favorite to win the championship over the Aces? Many would say yes, because in theory the Liberty could match up well with, as they would have the option to pound the ball inside with Jones as well. Stewart would be able to match up against AJ Wilson. In addition, it's been reported by Howard Megdal that there's mutual interest between the Liberty and Courtney Vandersloot. Now, what is mutual interest? I don't know. Who knows? Vandersloot might be using this just to get leverage on the Sky, to be determined. However, it seems like the Liberty are trying to put the best team together on paper. The question will be, do all these pieces work if they land them all? Lots of stars, looks good on paper, but you have to wonder if Stewart and Howard would be a better combination, as there's only one ball to share. As well, Rebecca Allen would seem like the perfect glue player for a team that had Ionescu and Stewart. If you're looking at pure stats, then this is an obvious upgrade. But if you're looking at team chemistry and sort of how the parts mix together, I'm not so sure that it's a great trade for New York. The other two parties in this trade were the Sun and the Wings. It seems like the Sun got the worst of this deal, but at least they have a clear plan, which is basically reshaping their roster. They land Allen and point guard Ty Harris from the Wings, which also coincided with them making a trade with the Sparks, where they sent their longtime point guard Jasmine Thomas, as well as their 2023 first-round draft pick to the Los Angeles Sparks in exchange for Jasmine Walker, Kiana Smith, and William Nelson Ododa, the Sparks' 2022 first-round draft pick. Smith is unlikely to play during the 2023 WNBA season after rupturing her patella tendon in December. So the Sun will retain Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, who are still under contract. They'll also keep Breanna Jones, whom they designated as a core player. So it seems like the plan is to give Harris a chance to replace Jasmine Thomas, and at times pair Nelson Ododa with Alyssa Thomas with some high-low post action. As well, play strong defense, as they'll have a good length with Allen and Bonner on the wings, so you can see how they're trying to put the pieces together. The Dallas Wings, on the other hand, are a mystery. They have once again shuffled the deck, but it's still not clear what they are trying to do or what the long-range vision is. So prior to free agency, they have gotten rid of arguably their two most solid players in Thornton and Gray. As well, trading for Howard raises the question, what are they going to do with Isabella Harrison and Tiara McCowan? Will they be back, as they are unrestricted and restricted free agents respectively? McCowan flourished with increased playing time and touches at the end of the season when Agumawale was injured. But Dallas found out they could not play her as a starter when they squared up against the Sun in the playoffs. So it remains to be seen what they plan on doing. By trading for Howard, are they giving up on McCowan? If they plan on bringing McCowan back, then will the addition of Howard cut McCowan's playing time? Why would they do this? Following this move, Dallas then traded Alicia Gray to Atlanta for the number 3 pick in this year's draft and for additional first-round picks in either 24 or 25. In shipping Gray off, they lose a player who's a plus defender and offensive player. On offense, she was able to spread the floor as she shot 40% on threes from 4.8 attempts per game. She's also able to attack the rim as she shot 66% from inside 3 feet. In 2022, with Gray on the floor, the Wings outscored opponents by 69 points. When off the floor, they were outscored by 93 points. So this will no doubt impact the Wings. It sounds like Gray was pushing for a trade, so Dallas likely had little option. The Wings had previously gone down this route of trading parts away for draft picks when the Diggins-Smith era came to an end. So is this what the Wings are doing, or are they hoping that Satu Sabally steps up, making this a semi-rebuild? Overall, to me, it looks like Greg Bibb is doing Greg Bibb things, which is putting a whole bunch of pieces together that don't make sense and trying to sell hope on future draft picks that never seem to work out. This will likely result in first-year coach Latricia Trammell paying the price like coaches who came before, like Vicki Johnson, Brian Agler, and Fred Williams, as they struggle to win consistently with teams put together by Bibb. Currently, Dallas is on my radar to be the 2023 disaster team, as I can see Trammell growing frustrated with Arike Agumawale and her inability to play defense and stopping the ball on offense. I could see her being the first fall guy and being shipped out of town as a ball hog, bad apple, ball-kicking player, and pointing out how they won so well when she was away with injury. And then after she goes down, then it'll be Trammell that'll be the next to go. Anyway, that's my prediction, noting the internet's forever. I might go down on this. Now, the Sparks trade with the Sun is interesting as well. Clearly, Kurt Miller was happy to get a point guard in the fold who he could trust in Jasmine Thomas, as he coached her during his entire tenure with the Sun. Miller gave the following quotes: "I've had the pleasure of coaching Jasmine for my entire professional head coaching career and know she will be an incredible addition to this team and culture we're building in LA." Miller's statement went on to say her knowledge of the game and her ability to lead the team both on offense and defense ends of the floor is something that will be invaluable to us. Now, the question is, do you really want to start rebuilding the Sparks with a 12-year WNBA veteran who's coming off an ACL reconstruction? That does not seem to be a ringing endorsement for Kennedy Carter and the vision that Miller has for her. Lastly, Atlanta seems to be giving a clinic on how to rebuild, bringing in a mix of old and young players. They got a potential star in Howard in the last draft and now traded a high draft pick to get her a sidekick in Gray. Now, getting Gray did come at a cost, as they had to cut salary to make this happen, which is why they traded Christy Wallace to the Fever for Danielle Robinson, who will be replacing Erica Wheeler. More impressive, interesting is that Erica Wheeler actually had praise for Atlanta, saying, "Major respect for T and Dan at the Atlanta Dream for calling me before today's news. Forever grateful for my ATL family, one of the best ran franchises." I've speculated on this before, but could you see Candace Parker going to Atlanta, a well-run franchise, would allow her to do her TNT commitments easier? Anyway, can't wait for free agency to start, just a few days away, and it'll be less speculating, more facts of what's happening. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe.